Living on the Lord's side. He is the reason we say living life is sweeter with God first.
Jesus said to the self-righteous Pharisees, the mouth speaks out of that which is in the heart. Matthew chapter 12. Turn right quick. Am I, in the words of my bishop, am I saying anything? And what a bishop we have. Are you praying for Bishop Woolard? Let's keep our man of God lifted. He's precious. Matthew 12:34. O generation of vipers. You mean to tell me Jesus talked like that? Yeah, he called them snakes. O generation of vipers. How can you, being evil, speak good things? For out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. A good man out of the good treasures of the heart bringeth forth good things. And an evil man out of the evil treasures bringeth forth evil things. Isn't that something? But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, oh my Lord, do you see that? Every idle word that men shall speak. Every. I want that to soak in for a minute. If I was in a high gear, I'd say every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give an account thereof in the day of judgment. Man, isn't that sobering? Every idle word. Every word that means nothing. Every inactive word. That's amazing. Every slang, every just babble, everything. Every idle word. They're going to give an account in the day of judgment. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. What do you say? Woo, words are something, ain't it? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Your words may send you to hell. Because words are an indicator of what's in the heart. Preach wouldn't. The person James is referring to is the one who does not keep right reins on his tongue. You cannot be religious. You can't think yourself to be a child of God and in a relationship with God and not be able to bridle your tongue. Some people say anything. They will say anything. Linsky said this. He said his tongue go like an unbridled horse. He exerts no control, no controlling restraint on his speech. And you know how to say people who cuss? Saints who lie. I mean, there are saints who lie when the truth would do. Gossip, backbite, slander, deceive, Tongue. Now, exactly how the tongue offends is not given. He says, whether it is by the cutting criticisms of others, that's an offense. There's some people who believe that they're divinely appointed of God to just criticize. They criticize and criticize. They criticize and criticize. They're going to find something to criticize. Criticize, 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 criticize. Service was good, but the food was delicious, but oh man, I like that outfit, mama, but nice cars, wonderful weather, but there's always something to be critical about. If you're walking in the critical spirit, if this describes you, ask God to help you today. Few things are worse in this world than a criticizing tongue. Constantly criticize others. Preach wouldn't. Sometimes the tongue offends by uncleanness. It defends by dishonesty. And in other ways, sometimes we say damaging things about one another. His uncontrolled tongue reveals his religion is worthless. An uncontrolled tongue reveals vain religion. Means that his religion is only an external sham. Your religion don't control how you talk. It certainly doesn't control how you live. And if it doesn't control you, it is no good. Such a person has been playing the part of one who is religious and has convinced himself that he really is religious. In so doing, James says, he deceiveth, verse 26, his own heart. He fools himself. You've convinced yourself, cussing Christian, that you're still saved. You've convinced yourself, a believer who has no control over your tongue and therefore no control over your heart. And when there's no control over your heart, there's no control over your thoughts. See, the Bible says, out of the heart perceiveth evil thoughts. Oh my, you'd be surprised at the things that are going on in people's head. Some of you are tormented in your mind. You can't let go of things. Can I stay here? You can't grow. You can't shift. You replay hurtful events over and over and over. 40 years ago. It's still alive. Can't forgive your husband. You can't forgive your wife. Can't let it go. Regurgitating 1970 like it was yesterday. Evil thoughts. Think everybody's out to get you. Evil thoughts. You ought to ask God, Lord, touch my heart. See, because let me tell you something. Satan is trying to give you a breakdown. Your mind is going warp speed. You're operating on overload. You have no peace because when you're by yourself, you don't like what the voices that's in your head. The devil is trying to destroy you. I'm trying to help somebody today. You got to learn how to silence that stuff. By the blood of the Lamb, by declaring yourself free in Jesus and forgiving. Well, they did me wrong. Let me tell you something. That's one of the problems with self-righteousness. When you're self-righteous, it makes you hard to forgive folk. See, you can't let a thing go. You know why you're self-righteous? Oh, it makes sense. When you're self-righteous, you see yourself as being innocent victim, innocent, just and mad at the world. But let me tell you something, there's not a person in here who is not forgiven. There's not a person in here that God didn't have to forgive for something. And the easiest way to let something go is just consider the sin that God forgave you for. And if God can forgive you, then you ought to be able to forgive somebody else.